Acid-base indicators. Indicators are mixtures of weak acids and their conjugate bases. And the acid and the conjugate base are different colours, and it looks something like this. So here we've got our weak acid, which is your HA, and it will lose that proton to become its conjugate base, which is represented by A-. So here you can see HA loses or donates its hydrogen to become the conjugate base, which is A-. Both the acid and the base have different colours. So when we add an acid to a solution which has an indicator in it, and we'll add some hydrochloric acid to this solution, what will happen is the hydrochloric acid will react with the base to donate its proton to the base to form chloride ions and HA. So what will happen is these A-, the conjugate base that's in there, will act as a base and accept this hydrogen to form more HA. So the solution therefore turns a red colour, because remember, they have different colours. If we add a base to a solution with some indicator in it, what will happen is here we add some ammonia. So what's going to happen is the ammonia will act as the base, and it will take the hydrogen from the acid in the indicator to form the conjugate base, which is the blue colour, plus the ammonium ion. And this is what happens here. So all of the HAs become A-, and you can see here they've all turned into A-. That's because the indicator has donated its hydrogen to the ammonia and thus formed its conjugate base. So it becomes a blue colour. So an indicator in water has a mixture of both the acid and a conjugate base. That's a weak acid and its conjugate base. So what happens when we put that indicator into a base? What will happen is this reaction here, the base will react with the acid in the solution to form more conjugate base, and of course the colour of that conjugate base is the colour that that solution will then go. On the other hand, if we add an acid, what will happen is that acid will react with the conjugate base to form more of the acid, the HA. So here we have the pH range for colour change for different indicators, and of course different indicators will tell you different pHs. So if you're looking for a pH change between 3 and 4, you'd use methyl orange. Litmus paper will change in the range of around about 5, 6 and 7 and 8. So this is a good one to show if it's an acid or a base. Universal indicator has a very broad spectrum, and you've got a couple of other ones here too. So depending on the reaction that you are looking at, you will use a different type of indicator.